Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? I'm here with Rangru.
And I'm also here with Khan Ulrich.
Half a second, I was concerned you'd be like, I'm not sure I'm with again.
I'm totally ready for this improvisation.
Well, you know what? I'm happy to have you here with me. But until then, folks, we are also here on Ciano with a fantastic, fantastic thing between an old friend and a new friend. Rang, who's going here?
Well, on the left-hand side, in blue, we have Theoman 222 playing as 20th Panzer, with good old Vanguard income. And on the right-hand side, you have Mr. Unimport. I don't know where the Ant went, but he's played as Group Tyrannia with also Vanguard income, so both going pretty heavy in that A-phase rush.
Okay, so how's the matchup look like between these two divisions?
Um, so it's gonna be T-34 76s versus Panzer IVs, a real classic matchup, and Unimport has the better infantry. Really, yeah, you got the better infantry. 20th Panzers don't have much in terms of infantry capabilities. I think it's gonna come down to just who can kill the other side guys' tanks more efficiently. Because this is definitely a map where open ground battles and tanks are rather important. So we'll see how things go.
Only true. Now, I do know Theoman has a special place in my heart. He used to be a real consistent cast for us back on SD-44 over on the Western
Mhm.
Front. And honestly, his Anzac flag over here too is always kind of amusing to me. I guess New Zealand flag, but regardless. But it is also nice to see an actual vehicle opening. We've seen so many divisions recently kind of do this heavy infantry play,
Yeah,
worry about tanks second, but phase A on both sides, we should be seeing a lot of early power.
yeah, I'm really interested in seeing Mr. Unimport getting Sapri PPSHs, but he got them in half tracks, which is definitely an interesting call. Which honestly, I like it because he's not getting them to rush up like you do in Sheeps, but getting them so you can get a cheap half track or a 50 cal machine gun,
No,
which
no,
is
no.
also
There are plenty of them that are trying to Russia. All right, bad word puns aside. Continue, I'm
oh
sorry.
okay, yeah, but yeah. I mean, with the half tracks, he's going to be using them for effective 50 cal fire support, and well, you can never really go wrong with 50 cal fire support. At the same time, Theoman is going to get into the town first because he has a vehicle transport speed advantage. And, Flamin' Rifles are probably going to rev those Zaporis as they come on in.
I am also a little bit. Ooh. I am also a little bit worried about the attempted push over here back. Yes, yes, Apiris. Yes, that PPSHs. They're still flamethrowers.
Yeah, you no longer have the satchel charges the PPSH squads have now, so they're pretty pants in CQC, honestly. You're really just getting them for Panzerfaust. Just like rush in and snipe a vehicle.
The funny thing is, I just realized that this entire map is really just trench warfare, just looking north-south.
Yeah, yeah, there's a line through the middle, and especially down south, both sides are set up on either side of the hill, and whoever is well lucky or unlucky enough to hold it down has to fight over that.
But it does look like early on that our old friends at 20th Panzer are kind of doing pretty well. I would say against the initial rush here, they definitely have gotten what they needed.
Yeah, I mean, down south it went very well capping that flag, and up north, yeah, neither side really doing anything too crazy, just setting up that 50-50 line between one another. I am thinking Theoman is going to he's going to be doing a push through this town up north.
Mm-hmm.
There's really not much yet. It's two separate PPSH squads. You are seeing some Radevka reinforcement.
Well, I think I'd be more concerned about the central south position. We have three T-34s and a couple of Stalker squads, excuse me, coming on in. But it seems almost omniscient. On the other side, we have four tanks, including two captured T-34s and more P-Grens coming back the other direction. So, going tit for tat here, aren't they?
Yeah. And in terms of that, like tank on tank battle, really the Panzer IV does have the advantage thanks to having a pretty bloody good tank gun. So when it comes to that tit to tat fight over no man's land down south, it's definitely going to go towards 20th Panzer side.
It certainly will. Look at the north. The push is gone surprisingly well. I guess the superior PPSHs are completely worthless until you get, up close in their face. And like you said before already, these tanks are more than easily able to start engaging their opposite number. In fact, they're actually hitting this penetration from the south, cracking one already.
Oh, yeah. Cracking shot.
While an engine has been destroyed, in fact, I think we're going to see a dead P4 any second. Yep. Still arrested that forward momentum.
Yeah. I mean, I do like where those T-34s are positioned up north, as they can provide fire support up north and down south. And now with only one Panzer IV, they can definitely beat him. No, good old firefight by, outnumbering him 2-1.
Yes, but not for a long 45 seconds. We will have new tanks to the front as another two T-34s get brought on in, and three T-34s coming in from the east on the Russian side, going up against their former comrades, it looks like. And these are the 42s against 43s. We have a bit of a weird armor disparity in favor of the Germans. I don't think they actually really made that many modifications to them.
No, it's the 42 model of the T-34 has better armor value compared to the 43 model. Even though they're the exact same tank, I think it's something to do with metal quality of later productions.
Oh.
That's why it's like 15 millimeters worse. I'm not entirely sure. If anyone wants to leave a comment in the comments about such things, I'd be interested to hear it. But I think it's just due to metallurgy.
Well, right now, the moving southern approach here is going to be a little bit of a bad idea, because I think in my mind, I'm taking extra suppression damage, and if I miss one thing, I might be able to kill something else.
Yeah, I think he sort of probably not moved his T-34s for shooting, but both sides have been rather anticlimactic here. They just kind of exchange shots without much casualties.
But one's already died, and with the shooter knocked out, I can't help but feel that we're probably going to be seeing another Jet T-34 in a moment or two.
Yeah. Yep, and this is really good from Theoman, getting some more reinforcements into that town, some stern piles and proper Panzer Grenadiers. Now, Krasnodar's Reverie can hook him down south to capture the southern end of the town.
The real north, we have three T-34s that are going to engage a surviving P4, the other two as well. But geez, there are packs in the woods, and this tank push has been completely blown to shreds.
Look, being killed by their own guns.
Yeah, that's
fives.
Hard to watch there.
Yeah, this is really cool. Just seeing, just some good old medium light tank play. Like no IS-2s, no Tigers, just good old Panzer IVs and T-34s going at it.
Well, it finally, again, it gets us back to, in my mind, what I think the Eastern Front more or less should have been in this game. Massive tank fights as opposed to, the probably much more accurate infantry struggles that we tend to see.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoy seeing more tank-on-tank combat compared to 78th Sturm just going through a forest and annihilating everything.
By the way,
a bit more engaging.
A couple of T4s.
Oh, just making things even more confusing.
Yes, the short barrel early model P4s, by the way, there, folks.
Yeah.
With the infantry support guns, low velocity. And wow, more T-34s have been brought in, are also getting shredded again by their former comrades. Like, this has just been a constant thing. The Russians throw tank after tank into prepared German positions.
Yeah, Theoman's definitely been... Yeah, he's been winning those tank duels, and that's definitely going to help out later on. As when you're Panzer, you don't start to lose Panzers once you get into that C phase. So this is going perfect for these engagements. Especially considering it's only having to fight the worst model of T-34 in the game, so it should be doing pretty good.
Oh, boy to Stalin coming into the north, by the way.
Oh boy. Even more captured. It always makes me giggle with how much captured equipment both sides use in this game, and also during the war.
Yeah, it's one of those things that kind of like, no, German stuff don't kill a Russian tank. A Russian tank kill a Russian tank.
Like fire with fire. Especially when the
Yes,
fire is 122 millimeters of high
I was going to say
explosives.
high caliber. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. But these gun lines, I think, have been completely winning it for Theoman. He has set these anti-tank positions up perfectly, and I think, unfortunately, his opposite number has not placed the same level of import, if you on that task.
Yeah. We got these 120 mils of Mr. Unimport. Probably to bring a supply truck up soon as they're pretty much out of HE cells almost. But yeah, yeah. We got Theoman mainly holding the town in the southern side, which is really the major feature of said flank.
It certainly is. Meanwhile, up north, though there are Russians being rushed in, Capture T-34 is pushing through the rest of this town, and as long as it doesn't get shot in the backside by that Faust, it'll be very difficult for the Russians to do anything about it. Somehow, legitimately being next to the half track, he still misses. All right, we're not playing Company of Heroes, my friend. Try saying Call of Duty. Call of Duty. I don't know. I said Company of Heroes.
Company Heroes also applies. They miss shots at like 50 meters.
But I always at least operated under the kind of in-game realism that the
Oh yeah.
universe there was much further apart, that the scaling was just the thing that
Oh
was
yeah.
off.
Yeah. Same thing like Men of Raw where a tank cannot shoot past like 160 meters or something. They physically cannot shoot past that range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Imagine if the real world draws like that. It'd be really personal.
Yeah, it'd be kind of Dune-ish, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just that close, having to bring his armored vehicles. Might as well just remove the guns and just start ramming stuff.
Well, if you don't want to be someone in this game so far, you do not want to be part of the Soviet Mechanized Corps. There are
No.
two T-34s to the north, the two captured P-4s, a new tank column, I guess, as we've now just hit B phase, but really, if you're a Soviet tanker, you are pretty much a Soviet casualty.
Yeah, Group Tirana really plays into the Soviet stereotype of just spamming crappy T-34s, and that's all you do. That's what you do, Group Tirana. You spam the T-34s, and you just bring in infantry, and it's what you do. It's that's how you play it. But when you actually have like pretty good tanks opposing you, and you've been kind of racing Ray, your 76s, yeah, it's just not going to work all that well.
No, it will not. But hey, down south, a couple of the flags have been re-seized as kind of undermanned German infantry squads get taken out one by one. Now, we do see more Pioneer SVTs coming on in, and it looks like at long last, some of the Soviet anti-tank positions are getting some nice work done, but it still has extreme range.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Panzer 34s over here have used the great bulk of their the AP shells. So, yep, they might die, but they're getting decent amounts of, I would say, usage out of them.
Yeah, they've been pretty bloody solid so far, I have to say. Just holding on to that middle areas definitely helped out Theoman quite a bit of the town. And yeah, those Pioneer SVTs when they come in are gonna pretty much capture that southern flag, I'd say. As Mr. Unimport doesn't really have that much important down south.
How many word puns have you made in his name so far? 3, 4?
I've lost count actually. I have no idea. It's
It's
too
not.
easy.
It's not important. +1. We are seeing to the north that a couple of the Boita materials have been finally taken out, basically by a T-34 that's come around and been kind of maraudy here, but a turret being stuck. Yeah, he might get a kill, but he will not live to really celebrate it too much, I don't think. Of course, I've been wrong before, so we'll see in a moment. Okay. Well, the P4s, the capture P4s, I guess just call them Boita P4s. They're just kind of slowly coming on in, and I think if I have to be worried for anyone, it might actually be for that German infantry here. Because HE shells, Decent amount of suppression, decent amount of blast. Nothing too great, but still pretty competitive.
And they shoot fast.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just thinking how Unimport can really like, put any momentum here. Because the problem is Theoman has really amassed a lot of tanks, and also IS-2's pretty much gonna be unkillable for the most part.
For the
Well,
most part,
that's
there's this two right
yeah.
there, though.
That's hard to say. Yeah, he doesn't have any EPCR shells, so with regular AP, he only does 120 mil pen. So yeah, the AS2 is gonna be fine for the time being. But I feel like Unimport definitely should bring in some more artillery, maybe some more air power. He definitely needs something to help even the odds against all these bloody tanks that he's having to fight.
Yes, he needs that for sure.
Oh, S-35 works, I guess.
Yep, at long last. But again, the thing is very undergunned, and you have to kind of almost use it as an archer.
Just don't,
The tank, not the
yeah,
actual man.
yeah. Just don't charge it up by itself and use it defensively. And honestly, S-35 works really well. It's just don't attack with it. Don't do it. No. If you
Well,
think about it, stop. And don't
there's a
do
couple
that.
of Tanko Thessaloniki squads going up against these Pioneer SVTs.
Hmm?
Yeah, I think we're going to probably play the swan song over here for these poor guys in a moment. Yep, pinned
Yeah.
down. Yes, they've taken some losses, but the Pioneers will win this fight rather handily. As two freaking grenades go out.
Overkill.
Yeah, but you know what? At least they're dead.
Yeah.
I am surprised that we haven't seen that aggression like you were saying, trying to pick up that town. They haven't really aggressed after that one position.
Yeah, they got north of it, and they got the south of it, but just not the middle of it. And speaking of down south, Mr. Unimport doing a unsupported infantry T-34 rush with no recon, it's gonna go just as well as it sounds. Not well at all.
No, it won't. And the amusing thing is that really the tanks that's stuff that's firing at them includes its own material. So again, these 45 mils have been doing a pretty hefty amount of work.
Hmm.
He's just underneath the guns though right now of the P4 and the captured 42 mil. So the Pioneer SVTs are unfortunately going to bear the brunt of this attack for right now.
T-34s just charge on ahead.
By
Firing
the way,
everything they got.
worth noting that the P4 up north is taking out the Traitors versions pretty quickly, as is the Pac 40s and the 42 mils against that Combrotti squad and the T-34 76s.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Jeez.
The KD on this is going to be absolutely absurd.
Just like I said, with Group Toronto, you're really just playing into the Soviet stereotype of, unmasked Asiatic hordes rushing through with a bunch of crappy tanks, quote unquote.
Wow, I'm not sure I would call them Asiatics, but fair enough.
That's the meme. It's like a like it's pretty much comparing them to, like the Mongols in a sense.
Oh yeah, no, I completely get the reference there.
It's
I'm
a
surprised that
silly
people
meme.
go for
Same
that.
like Finns. Like the whole meme about Finns being Mongols. Like blood or DNA. It's
Finns, as in like the people in the
they're
north.
people in Finland.
You'll have to explain how how that idea works.
Yeah, it's just DNA and ancestry things. I don't really know. It's just
Yeah, whatever.
it's just a joke.
We already know in the first place that 4% of the world actually has a genetic marker for Genghis Khan at some point.
I know,
So
right? It's around.
he certainly did.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are surprised to see that that town remains under Russian control, but the further positions back, well, those aren't really, owned by them anymore.
No, not really, not really. And Theoman actually pushing past the town, gonna be going up and over the trenches, metaphorically speaking, moving all his Panzer Grenadiers to try to take the ridge line.
I have to tell you right now, there's a Verframen to the north, and he's shelling the P4s, and now.
These P4s or the enemy P4s?
That's the question, isn't it? No, he's going.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going after the red stuff. So
Mhm. I really
P4's
want to.
dead before he gets there, but this infantry may not really prefer to have this happen to them either.
I really wonder how many like friendly fire incidents have been in the Eastern Front due to using captured equipment. Like, is that our Panzer IV or is that the enemy? I don't know. Just shoot it.
Well, I can imagine there's probably a lot more one of those moments where it's like, okay, well, we don't want to be wrong, so let's be much more cautious. Maybe the initiative was given up
Mhm.
because of it.
Yeah, yeah. It must have just got very confusing at some point
Oh,
for,
naturally.
for some units. I'm guessing.
Oh, naturally. But Theoman over here, of course, with New Zealand flags and the meatball of the former, certainly forming his Eastern co-prosperity sphere. It is 16-8, and I really would say he's giving up some territory that he should be taking anyway.
Yeah, I'm so surprised he hasn't took that flag down south. I mean, we can see it as barely nothing else. It's a tank designated squad. That's really the scary thing, but just one or two Pioneer SVTs or something, just to go in there and clean things up. It's a free flag. If your man likes flags, he's got three of them in his username. Another one can't hurt.
True, true. Complete the set, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
SU-85, by the way, transmission damaged. That 42 millimeter pop gun is making mincemeat of that 70 mil armor.
Yeah, yeah. Those 45 mils work really well against these Soviet tanks, as they just do not have that much in terms of armor capabilities, as we can clearly see. And also, high fire rate is always nice to have.
Yeah, but that feels like a design flaw, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We
Just
are
don't
getting
get shot.
a couple of recon squads coming here from the Germans, but this flanking group of T-34s is going to engage its former brethren as well pretty quickly. The question is, can he get at least one kill before he goes down? So we have a very quick kill, relatively quick kill, maybe not. That's going to be pretty much a dead anti-tank gun, I think. But not before he kills a crew of one of those T-34s.
There we go. Yeah, Theoman has huge map control now. 16 on 8. And really, it's just been coming down to these good old-fashioned tank battles, really. As Theoman's managed to play 20 Panzer to its strength, using those Panzer IVs effectively.
Well, it does bring in Hearth, too. So, actually, Helmuth Hearth, I haven't seen him in a really quite long time.
I think that's I
It's a
think
new,
that's a
it's a
brand new
new ace,
one.
right?
I think that's the brand new one that they brought in. So, yeah, it is. It is.
Well, that explains why I haven't seen him in a
Recently.
long time, then.
Yeah, we haven't seen him bloody forever, it seems.
I am surprised. There's been some Soviet air power coming on in to engage those P4s. Not really getting a whole lot of damage done. But you know what? That makes them change their pants every now and again. I guess that works. Turret
Yeah,
stuck, and that P4 at long last does die. So I think this might be the swan song for that town.
yeah.
Well, it doesn't help that that T-34 rush has also been shredded.
Yeah, I don't really like how Mr. Unimport has been rushing his T-34, so to speak, as he's been doing them unsupported. You really need to get the infantry out first and let them lead, and then you rush in T-34s to slowly crawl behind the infantry. And once you feel like you've cleared things out enough, then you
Yep.
unleash them.
Yep. Well,
Yep.
the Griff Ramen strike comes in, and yeah, Mr. Unimport says, "Screw it, my friend. It's not worth it." And you can tell right now, just by looking at the chronology, the
Oh
kind of
boy.
pain. The first tanks for the Germans don't die until the 8th minute. In the meantime, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 9? Yeah, well, actually, and then some. So much Soviet equipment goes down so fast.
Yeah, he just did not use those C-34. I keep getting the. Let me restart that entire sentence. Mr. Unimport did not use his T-34-76s all in out efficiently. Like he just rusts them into their death, and there is a way you can use them efficiently. It's just not, rushing them in unsupported. You just have to get I noticed he's also using them in like groups of 2 and 3. But you really want to be using them in groups of like 6 and 10. You just want to get like a huge overwhelming amount, and then you push. Yeah. In terms
Yes,
of kills,
indeed, or at least get some other infantry at the same time.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
kills
you need more stuff.
kills is a little sad.
Yeah, and
Losses, on the other hand, there's some occasional. I mean, we got 4s and 5s. You have one T-34 that's taken out 4 of his comrades. So, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Theoman definitely did a very good job here playing the 20th Panzer down to the hilt.
Yeah, and I always love seeing good 20th Panzer play. It's a bit more of a tough division to get the hang of, but it can be pretty rewarding. And they got some fun stuff. He doesn't like using, a pirate IS-2. I mean, you wouldn't download a IS-2 now, would you?
No, but if you capture it for free, I mean, is it really stealing?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just borrowing it. I'm going to return it to Moscow after the war's over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But with that in mind, everyone, that will form the end of our coverage of the Orsha Cup this week. As always, if you have anything nice you want to say it below the videos. Reach out to us on Discord. If there's something not so nice you want to say, well, maybe keep that to yourself. But until then, until next week, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.